Hello, this is Kez. Welcome back to my channel. You may see me in the same outfit because I'm filming several segments today. So it's not that I'm just a tramp and don't change my clothes. So this is going to be another SHEIN haul video. I'm quite excited to show you the new wigs that I've got that came today from SHEIN. I'm going to put my hair back obviously out of the way. My eyes have got on today a palette that is from SHEIN actually. And that's this one. It's a She Glam palette, and this one is called Wild Heart, which is really pretty. Lipstick is Maybelline, and I forget even what foundation I'm wearing today. I think it was another Chinese one. Yep, it's the Il Maquillage one, which is really good. Okay, so onto the wigs. Some of these wigs I got for costumes. I'm probably mentioned before, and you'll probably get sick of hearing me say, but I'm already prepping for Halloween and Christmas because I tend to do my look slightly in advance so that I've got time to do them all, because when you're working as well, you don't always have time to do your makeup, so I have to plan it around my days off and things like that. This is the first one that I got. I was a bit hesitant to get this one just because it doesn't have a lace front, and I'm trying to only get lace front wigs now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the hard bit out so that it looks more natural. But I thought I'd show you the wig before I've messed with it. The thing I liked about this was the darker roots combined with blonde and pink. I thought that was really a unique colour combo. So that's the wig itself. It's really nice. I love how these bits here frame the face and just curl around. To be honest, the hairline isn't actually too bad. It's just a little bit there that makes it look artificial here where the bump is. So what I'll probably do is just cut that bit there and leave the rest, and that way hopefully it won't look too false. There is a tiny bit of shedding with this one. There is with these kind of wigs generally, but it's not ridiculous. It's just maybe the odd few hairs here and there. But usually when you first get a wig, you get that anyway, and when you brush it through, anything that's loose tends to come out, and then it doesn't seem to shed as much, which is nice. But I just thought that was really unique with the little pink bits at the front, and so I quite like that. Lengthwise it's quite comfortable. It's about boob length, and as I say, the root fade is quite good. Although it is that plasticky scalp, it doesn't actually look too bad. I may be tempted to pluck the part a little bit, but we'll see. The second one, I got another lace front. I'm obsessed, as you know by now watching my channel, with blue. And it's blue with quite sort of browny roots to it, which I quite like, because you always get a lot of them that have got really dark black roots, but my natural colour is closer to that. And so even though obviously it's not going to look completely natural, it will look better. It has again got this see-through lace on, so we're going to see what this looks like. Oh, that's lovely. You can see it's got some little hairs here as well, and baby hairs around the front. Just need to cut the lace now. So there I've got the ear flap, just if I wanted to glue that down. If not, it's covered by the hair, you won't see it anyway, and I can always just tuck it up and under if I need to. Same on this side as well. That lace is brilliant. It's again very invisible, you can hardly see it. It is slightly darker lace, so I could, if I wanted to, actually blend it in with my own hair. Okay, so there we go, that's that one. Really pleased with the quality. There's hardly any shedding at all from this, which is really good, except for a little bit round the lace line, but that's normal when you cut lace. Love the dark roots, love the style of it. Love. This one isn't lace front. This is actually just a hard front wig, but it does have a fringe. It's got a really cute little tag inside this, which shows you on the inside that you can use heat up to 30 degrees, and it shows like straighteners, scissors, tongs, everything like that, which means that you can use heat on it, which is really useful. I wish more wig companies would do that and make things a lot easier, especially if you're buying a wig from someone else and you don't know from the original owner whether it's heat resistant or not. The reason I was attracted to this one was the colours, because it's a colour combination. So you've got the brown in there, but you've also got the pink, and that's what I really liked about this wig. I'm not keen on how long the fringe is, so I will have to trim that, because I'd have to sit it all the way up here on my head for the fringe to be normal. But again, that's quite normal with this sort of wigs. You could just keep it long and have a side fringe if you wanted with it. That's a choice. But I always find with these fake scalpy ones that you're better off just having the fringe, so it looks less fake. But the wig itself I really love. There's virtually no shedding on it as well. And I love the style. I love how it's cut into layers to really show off that two-tone effect. The last two I got are costume wigs. This one will look ridiculous. The idea of this one is for Christmas, and it's Mary Lou Who from the Grinch. I've been wanting to do a Mary Lou look for a while, but I just couldn't be bothered to go to the effort of styling the wig, and I couldn't find one, and now I have. So we'll see what it looks like. It will look ridiculous because it's supposed to look really ridiculous. That's what her hair's like. She's got this bit on the top like that. It's really well done actually. It's just packed in there. If you didn't like that, you could always take it out afterwards if you wanted to. But I actually think it's quite cool. And it also comes with these really cute little slides, because I believe she does have a bow in it as well. And so it does come with the bow, which is quite nice. I thought that was a really nice little touch. Or what I would probably do here, this bit is a little bit all over the place, so I would just straighten that up a little bit before I wore it for the costume. Now obviously I need to put prosthetic on my nose to make it like a who knows. But other than that, it's actually a pretty good wig. I was really surprised because I didn't think it would actually stand up properly. So I've just got to make sure I store it properly now. And that bow is just so cute. It really sort of makes a difference. It's actually quite a nice quality bow as well. I've started getting some really good costume wigs in now. I think I've had about 4 or 5 from there now for various costumes, and they've all been really good. And this was the last one that I got. I recognised this one straight away when I saw it on the website. It's basically Lydia from Beetlejuice. So it's got the hair up already preset into a ponytail. There's my fingers poking through there. So it's pre-styled. Now, on the picture, which some people were complaining about, it's styled into the spiky fringe, which she has, but it's not styled into that on the wig. But to be fair, for them to actually style it into that, they'd have to use a lot of gel products and things, and not everyone would probably want that on their wig, so I can understand why they didn't do it. So I don't really see that as a criticism. Because also you need to keep the fringe long, because what if someone else has got a smaller head than the other people? It wouldn't work. So the length is right. So all I will need to do now is, when I cut the fringe, is cut it into like triangles at the end. And obviously I'm going to have to take quite a lot off for my hair. It's got to have to go all the way up there to match. And then just put a little bit of gel or whatever in it. And that should actually do it. I will only use this wig for Lydia, so it won't matter if I trim it. I'm not too fussed about that. Doesn't matter, I like it, it's good. So that is my latest stash of wigs from SHEIN. What do you think? What's your favourites? Do you want to see me in full costume at Halloween in them? If people would like to see, then I will show you the looks with the wigs as it goes along. They usually go on my Instagram anyway, but if you're interested to see how I do the makeup alongside, then I'm quite happy to do some videos to show you that as well. I'm going to add to this video on the end, so you will see my eye makeup and costume change. A bit of a video that I started before. I started to show off some of my other wigs that I've got recently, but I never got to finish the video. So if I combine the two, I think that will work really well. I got 2 that I bought second hand. They needed a good wash, so I'll give them a good wash. This one is one that I'm going to be using for the Little Mermaid. It was really tangly, so I've given it a good brush through and straighten, and it's perfect now. I did thin it out a little bit as well because it was really thick, but it just was a bit too thick for what I wanted it for. So I'm thinking of doing a Ariel Halloween costume, but I'm thinking when I do it that I'm going to do something a little bit different with it. So it might sort of be a blooded Ariel. One year I did her without a voice box. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. I think this one works quite well for her. And because it's nice and light, it's easy to wear. So that was that one. And from the same person, I got this other one as well. It was a brown wig, very much the same style as the other, but it had all these long layers on it and it didn't really suit it. So I trimmed up a lot of the layers and I cut a fringe into it, and it's basically turned into like a bit of a wolf cut now. I don't know if you've heard of that style. It's basically long layers and a fringe, or non-fringe depending on what you want to do. But they call it a wolf cut because of the shaggy layers. And so I basically cut this into a wolf cut. I wasn't sure it was going to be a wolf cut when I first did it, but that's how it ended up, which I'm actually quite happy with because I've never had a wolf cut wig before. It's always a good point to start. I tried to keep the fringe a little bit longer on it, just so it did look a bit shaggier. I might still have to trim it a little bit because it's in my eyes, but you get the gist of it. It's like a very sort of grungy, leery wig. The short legs were already in it, and so I just thought, why not work with it and sort of give it that sort of jaggedy effect. And that was that one. I also got 3 more for costume purposes. Not sure I like them yet. They look a little bit shiny, but I might be able to do something about that. They still had all their tags on. Apparently they've never been worn. But I was looking for some more retro style wigs, and this was the first one. It's kind of a bit like a Marilyn kind of style. They're supposed to be high quality wigs, but you can tell from the top that they're just really shiny. I mean, the style's quite cute, it's very retro. It is sort of a 1920s kind of style, but that shine is awful. So I might see if I can fix that by washing it and trying to get that artificial shine off, because it's way too much. This is from the same company. There's 3 of them. This one has slightly less shine to it. It's more of a gingery shade. It's very similar style, but I do think the artificial shine on this one's not quite as bad. Again, I think they need work. This is the 3rd one that was in the set. Again, pretty much the same style, but in brown. Why would you want 3 the same, I hear you ask? Why not, is my answer to that. Who doesn't want to look like a 20s star? But again, needs work. This first one came from a beautiful friend of mine. This is the Beyonce one by Sleek. Shade is F27 P613. It's called A Long Lengths with Razor Cut Layers, and it's a really nice ginger wig. She knows that my thing is reds and gingers. I do love the Beyonce style wig. I've seen it before. It's very natural looking, and for the value, they're incredibly nice wigs. She tells me they're really good wearing as well. I still have the tag on it, but I will take it off. Love it. I love how that sort of red shines, but it shines quite naturally, so it doesn't look like an artificial shine. It's a really nice style. Now it does have a fringe. You can leave it long, or you can cut it into full fringe if you choose to. Haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with mine yet. I think I might just leave it like that to one side, because I think that looks quite stylish as it is. Yeah, very pretty wig. It does come in other colours as well. I think there's some more reds, and there's also definitely black that I've seen it in. This is another vintage buy that I got. It's not a lace front, but it's a really nice curly wig. I saw it on there and it looked really good on the model. Freshly washed and ready to go. Doesn't have a make on it. It isn't a lace front, but it's actually got quite a nice natural scalp to it, which is surprising because cheaper wigs aren't always that good when it comes to the scalps. It is very curly, so it will probably need a little bit of taming. In the picture that the lady was wearing, she had it with a hat on and it looked really good. So I think this one would look nice with a beret or some kind of hat. You can style it in various ways. You can shift the part over a little bit because of how the wig is. You can tame it down. You can pull the curls out a little, make it a little more curlier. But yeah, I really like that one. I think it was originally from SHEIN, possibly. I did think I saw that on her page. I don't know if I've actually shown you this wig or not. This is one of my own, but it's sitting here, so I thought I'd show it you. It's a purple one, and when it originally came, it was wavy. It's got 2 shades of purple in it, so there's like a lighter pinky purple, and then there's the purple as well. I did straighten mine. It looks a little bit like the Rockstar Wigs one that I've shown you, but a little bit shorter. It does need another straighten because it's been sitting in the bag. But I think it actually looks better straight than it did when it was curly, because the curls have just kind of gone out of it. But when it's razor straight, it looks really nice. I've got another curly wig here. I've got a thing for curly wigs at the moment. I'm just trying out different styles to see what suits and what doesn't. This isn't a lace front, but you don't usually need it with curly ones because the parts tend to be quite natural looking. It must be a nice quality wig because it's got combs and everything in it to keep it into place. But it is Afro crazy curly. It's definitely sort of more of an African-y type hair. But I really like it. I think it's quite cute looking. Could use it from Sandy from Greece because her hair did kind of go a bit like that. I know I have got one a bit similar. I want to do like a retro disco look, which I've seen in the film Goldmember with Beyonce as the actress in it. And she had hair very similar to this, but probably more of an afro, but I think this would suit me better. And she had really strong gold eye makeup and it looked really nice. So I'm going to give that a go. This is an interesting one. Now this is a mullet wig. Why have I got a mullet wig? Well, I'm going to tell you. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I've been looking for the perfect wig for Steve from Stranger Things. Who is Steve? If you have a look in the top left corner, you will see his photo up there now. This is what Steve looks like, and this is the hair that I'm trying to achieve. Anyway, having shown you 2 wigs already and them not being very Steve-like, my main problem with them was they didn't have the height on the top. And so I thought, here I am trying to find a wig that works for me. Why not find a wig and make it work for me? So I thought I'd try this one. Now it is a long mullet, which looks ridiculous on, but it will be perfect for the character. Now the ends here are way too long for his hair, but that's something that I can easily fix. His hair comes down to about here, so all I've got to do really is clip that bit off at the back, but the height is perfect. So once I've put some hairspray in it and I've sprayed it into the style that I want, because he wears it all over at one side, and I've got those mullety bits to blend in a little bit, it's going to be perfect. So I have found my Steve wig. I will show you the end result because I'm going to do a video when I cut it and I do the cosplay. It's something I'm working on for Halloween. And this last one was one of my recent purchases. This was an absolute bargain. I found it online. It was second hand, but it still had the tags on, so it was new. It's still got the lace attached. This is a human hair wig. And I wasn't sure when it came it would be human hair, because for the price I paid for it, I thought it's not likely to be human. But it was, so I was really shocked, and happily so. It's got highlights through it as well. I might tone those a little bit, but I'm just going to cut the lace and show you what it looks like. One way I could tell that this was actually human hair when I got it was because it's not perfectly straight. When you get a synthetic wig and it's meant to be straight, it is usually poker straight or razor straight. This one isn't. It does actually have a little bit of a wave to it where it doesn't sit nice. It's not that it doesn't sit nicely, but it doesn't sit perfectly straight because natural hair doesn't, and that's why I really love it. It has this sort of side part to it, which I really like. Haven't got many wigs that have got this kind of side fringe, and it has got little baby hairs at the front as well. But you can see it's amazing quality, and I got this for a bargain at £20. I couldn't believe it. It's got combs in it. It's a really nice wig. I don't think if you didn't see that lace there that you'd even know it was a wig. Anyway, yeah, really happy with that. And lastly, before I go today, I found a few more mono wigs that I didn't know I'd got. This is the first one. The tag says inside that it's from Hair World, wherever that is. It's a nice brown bob, quite simple, very similar to my own hair colour. Straight on and off bob. And I also found this one, which is another human hair wig, just randomly lying around my room. It is a lace front as well, just needs a little bit of straightening to get it to look right. I also found this one, which I completely forgot that I had as well. This one says it's Contrast Wig Studios by Sue Stevens, which is a brand I haven't heard of before. Now this was a really nice wig, but the parting was terrible where the fringe was, so I cut the cap on it and you can't actually tell because of the way it sits. It actually looks loads better like that. And again, it's a mono top one. This is another one I found. Now this is a sleek one, and it says it's 100% human hair. I don't know where I keep finding all these wigs. They just appear. So that is a human hair. It's quite a nice wig. It's quite simple, easy to wear. And finally, I have this one, which I'm not sure if I've shown you before. This is an Ellen Will one. Good quality. I got it off my friend. It's a short style, which ironically is like how I had my hair cut when it was short, but I hated it. But weirdly enough, I like it in the wig. I think it's because it sits nicely and it doesn't look ridiculous, whereas it just wouldn't sit straight on my head in my own hair. And I also love that shade there, that's just like nice fade from dark into ginger. I hope you've enjoyed seeing some more wigs. There is still some more to show you from my bag of wig tricks. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you think to the wigs, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.